Damn, I'm late by 5 minutes. But there is a saying, a fresh start from the beginning. The guy who waits or the guy who is waited on. Which one is more painful? That's right. I was never that great. So I'll just go in the classroom with pride. Morning. Smack. I do not know who is in more pain, but I do know whose fault it is. I'm sorry, please let me stand outside for punishment today. Obviously, how is it possible? I remember she was behind me. I haven't finished. How did she arrive before me? I haven't finished the introduction. She is the new transfer student, Furijin Miu. Shirahama, why aren't you outside yet? Sorry about that, Furinji-kun. Are you alright? Yes. You guys are high school student now, and it's only been a month. You must treat other students with respect, got it? I transferred from Shochiku Gakuyen. I transferred from Shochiku Gakuyen. Please take care of me from now on. Shochiku Gakuyen. That's a famous school. Why would someone transfer here from there? Taking this into consideration, I am hyperspace and history's stronger disciple seem to get along just fine. Preface, hyperspace, preface, VIII. Its most advanced formulation is called superstring theory, but its most advanced formulation is called superstring theory, which even predicts the precise number of dimensions, 10, the usual 3 dimensions of space, length, width, and breadth, and one of time are now extended by 6 more spatial dimensions. We caution that the theory of hyperspace has not yet been experimentally confirmed and would, in fact, be exceedingly difficult to prove in laboratory. However, the theory has already swept across the major physics research laboratories of the world and has irrevocably altered the scientific landscape of modern physics, generating a staggering number of research papers in the scientific literature, over 5,000 by one count. However, almost nothing has been written for the lay audience to explain the fascinating properties of higher dimension space. Therefore, the general public is only dimly aware of it, if at all, of this revolution. In fact, the glib reference to other dimensions and parallel universe in the popular culture are often misleading. This is regrettable because the theory importance lies in its power to unify all known physical phenomena in an astonishingly simple framework. This book makes available for the first time a scientific, authoritative, but accessible account of the current fascination research on hyperspace to explain why the hyperspace theory has generated so much excitement within the world of theoretical physics. I have developed 4 fundamental themes that could run through this book like a thread. These 4 themes divide the book into 4 parts. Part 1. I developed the early history of hyperspace, emphasizing the theme that the law of nature becomes simpler and more elegant when expressed in higher dimensions. To understand how adding higher dimensions can simplify physical problems, consider the following example. To the ancient Egyptians, the weather was a complete mystery. But what causes the seasons? Why did it get warmer as they traveled south? Why did the winds generally blow in one direction? The weather was impossible to explain from the limited vantage point of the ancient Egyptian, to whom the earth appeared flat, like a two-dimensional plane. But now imagine sending the Egyptian in a rocket into outer space, where they can see the earth as simple and whole in its orbit around the sun. Suddenly, the answer to these questions became obvious. From outer space, it is clear that the earth exists. The earth axis is tilted about 23 degrees from the vertical being the perpendicular to the plane of the earth's orbit around the sun. Because of this tilt, the northern hemisphere receives much less sunlight during one part of its orbit than during another part. Hence, we have winter and summer. And since the equator receives more sunlight than the northern or southern polar regions, it becomes warmer as we approach the equator. Similarly, since the Earth spins counterclockwise to some setting on the North Pole, to someone sitting on the North Pole, the cold polar air swerves as it moves south towards the equator. The motion of the hot and cold masses of air set in motion by the Earth's spin thus helps to explain why the wind generally blows in one direction, depending on where you are on the Earth. In summary, the Earth's obscure laws of weather are easy to understand once we view the Earth from space. Thus, the solution to the problem is to go up into space, into the third dimension. Facts that were impossible to understand in a flat world suddenly became obvious when viewing a three-dimensional Earth. Similarly, the laws of gravity and light seem totally dissimilar. They obey different physical assumptions and different mathematical attempts to splice these two forces have always failed. However, if we add one more dimension, a fifth dimension, to the previous four dimensions of space and time, then the equation governing light and gravity appear to merge together like two pieces of jigsaw puzzle. Light, in fact, can be explained as vibration in the fifth dimension. In this way, we see the laws of light and gravity become simpler in five dimensions. Consequently, many physicists are now convinced that a conventional four-dimension theory is too small to describe adequately the forces that describe our universe. In a four-dimensional theory, physicists have to squeeze together the forces of nature in a clumsy, unnatural fashion. Furthermore, this hybrid theory is incorrect. When we express in dimension 4 beyond 4, however, we have enough room to explain the fundamental forces in an elegant, self-contained fashion. In part 2, we further elaborate on this simpler idea, emphasizing that the hyperspace theory may be able to unify all known laws of nature into one theory. Thus, the hyperspace theory may be the crowning achievement of 2 millennia of scientific investigation, the unification of all known physical forces. It may give us the holy grail of physics, that theory of everything that eluded Einstein for so many decades. For the past half century, scientists have been puzzled as to why the basic forces that hold together the cosmos, gravity, electromagnetism, and the strong and weak nuclear force, differ so greatly. Attempts by the greatest minds of the 20th century to provide a unifying picture of all the known forces have failed. However, the hyperspace theory allows the possibility of explaining the four forces of nature, as well as the seemingly random collection of subatomic particles in a truly elegant fashion. Taking this into consideration, I am hyperspace and history's strongest disciple, seem to get along just fine. This time, I am going to be late for karate club after school. If I am late, I will be killed. Hey, weak leg, stop right there. Isn't there a new transfer student today? What kind of person is it? Tell me. It's a girl with glasses. This guy is Arajima Haruno. Arajima Haruno. Nejima Haruno. Haru. This guy is Arajima Haru. Haru. We went to the same middle school. A girl. He has always been a bastard who picks on others. What the heck then? Your class won't change that much of the scale. Hey, Arajima. Can you stop calling me weak leg? The hell the hell you say? Shut up, you weak leg. How dare you talk back? Weak leg Kenichi, weak leg. Ow. This is your real name, your full name. What's wrong with calling you that? Garbage. Nobody will ever call you by your real name. Weak leg Kenichi, do you know what this is? What's in this plan? It's what I have recorded after a month of investigation. Ow. All in the formation on the freshman. I will read your info. Listen careful. Shirahama Kenichi. Grades weak. Sports weak. Looks okay. Body size weak. Fighting weak. Persistent weak. Go die. Overall grade E1. The worst. Ow. Aren't your grades worse than mine? Shut up, dumbass. You don't know how to fight either. Shut up, weak legs. Also with sports. Dear talk, idiot. How dare you talk back, idiots. Ow. I have the potential of being stronger. Hee. Wow, you're so strong. I've warmed your shoes. I have warmed your shoes. I have warmed your shoes.
Nature of the brain. We now know that a purely scientific view with no attachment to our identity or story yields a far more accurate, meaningful, and ethical paradigm than our anecdotal values.